Hey, so 'tis the season of New Year's resolutions. And if you're like most people, myself included, it seems like you set your intention, you want to make changes, you go into the new year, and 2 to 3 weeks later, you're back where you started. So, how do you make a New Year's resolution stick? Well, part of it is let's say you're wanting to lose weight, and this resolution has been consistently on your list of resolutions every year for the last 5 years. So part of the problem now is you're going into it already feeling defeated. You've got the mindset that I've tried this before and failed. So you've almost set yourself up for failure going in. So the first thing you have to do is believe that you can make a new plan, take a new approach, and actually make it successful and make it stick this time. So how do you do that? So let's say that in order to lose weight, you know you need to cook healthy meals, exercise, and drink more water. But you already know these things and you're not doing them yet. So why not? What's the block? What's preventing you from doing these things that are going to help you lose weight? So is it a time issue? Do you have time to cook healthy meals? Do you work long hours and you come home at the end of the day and really don't have the energy left to go in the kitchen and prepare a healthy meal? Make a plan, get out ahead of it. What about meal delivery? Is there a meal delivery service you could use where they do like a delivery once a week and you keep it in your refrigerator? When you get home at night, there's a healthy meal already prepared. You warm it up, boom, problem solved. Very convenient. Or if you have a weekend off or on your day off, you can meal prep and go ahead and prepare your meals for the week. And the beauty of doing that is on that day when you have the time available, you do the cooking, you do all the prep, you do all the cleanup. So when you come home at night after a long day at work, boom, you've already got your meal prepared. And it's really something that, if that's been your holdup, is having healthy meals conveniently available to you, that could solve a major blockage in reaching the goal that you want to achieve. And also, by doing this, you know that when you come home at night, you don't have to try and figure out what to eat. You're not going to fall back into old patterns of stopping and getting fast food on the way home. You don't feel like cooking and doing dishes. You've already done that. It's already taken care of. Because time and convenience are a big factor in us actually making changes in our lives. Because if it's too inconvenient, we're not going to stick with it. Change has to be sustainable. And so when we look at making a change in our life, it's good to get out ahead of it and look at what could be a blockage, what could trip me up, and how do I get out ahead of that and prevent it before I start. Get around it before it even comes up. Habits. Habits die hard. And creating new habits is how we create change. So this could even be like in a financial, if you wanted to work on your finances. If paying off debt has been on your list of New Year's resolutions every year, and at the end of the year you come around and you realize that you actually have more debt, it's about creating new habits and looking for patterns of behavior that's working against what you hope to achieve. Because we all have belief systems, repeating behavior patterns, and it's all based in our subconscious mind. We have to get over those blockages, believe a new identity is possible for us, and start thinking of ourselves in that way. Affirmations are also very powerful. I am a healthy eater. I choose to make wise purchases. I handle my money well. Start saying these things. Make a list of very powerful affirmations that will help you to achieve your goal, that will change how you perceive yourself. Because to be a new person, to create new habits, we have to create a new identity. Because if you believe that you're horrible with money, then your behavior will prove you right. Even if you set resolutions, if you don't look at your habits or the patterns of behavior that got you where you are, then you don't really know what to change to make a difference going forward. So do a little review and look at your spending patterns. Because if you track your spending and see where your money's actually going, then you can start eliminating things that aren't really necessary, impulse buys. If you sit down at 10 o'clock at night, and you're tired and you're scrolling through Amazon making impulse purchases, then you know, don't go on Amazon after 6 p.m. Set new behaviors. And again, habits. We have to stick with something long enough to form a new habit or pattern of behavior. By identifying the old damaging patterns, we know what we need to change, and then looking at it, what might trip me up? Make a plan to go around that ahead of time, just like with the meals. If you know for a fact that when you come home at night, you are not going to want to cook, you're not going to want to do dishes, and you're much more likely to stop at Burger King and grab a Whopper on the way home for convenience, how do you get out ahead of that? The meal plan. Prepping meals. Set yourself up for success by looking back at what's tripped you up in the past. See where you're self-sabotaging from your subconscious because of the habits that you've already established. Because when you think about how long we've engaged in the habits that we have in our daily lives, that's what we're fighting against. We've got X number of years of practice doing the things that we do now that aren't producing the results we want. And in order to change that, we're going to have to work to create those new habits. And if you don't do it perfectly, don't give up, because it's all practice. The more you practice, the more you engage in the behaviors you want to create as habits, the more likely you're going to continue to do that. So if you do stop at Burger King for a Whopper on the way home, don't beat yourself up. Start over the next day. Start over the next day. Tell yourself, you know what? I gave myself a vacation yesterday. Tomorrow, I'm starting over again. I have not ruined all of my efforts. I can do this. I know I can change my behaviors, and I know I can reach the results that I want. Now, once you create new habits, you start to get new results. Celebrate those little wins, because everything is baby steps. When we're learning something new, you're gonna tumble, you're gonna trip, you're gonna fall, you're gonna do things that you didn't want to do as you develop these new behaviors. But once you stick with it long enough to create that new habit, that's where you create lasting change, because any change that we desire has to be sustainable. If you get a gym membership and the gym is 20 minutes from your house, the opposite direction from work, what are the odds you're going to feel like going there 3 times a week? You're going to end up not going because it's not convenient. And so for the exercise part of it, the best thing you can do that is something you enjoy. Find an activity that you actually enjoy doing. If it's, you know, even so much as crank the radio and dance. Turn on your favorite music and spend 10 or 15 minutes dancing. Do that a couple times a day. Not only is that going to help you lose weight and tone your body, but it's going to make you feel fabulous. It's going to raise your vibration. You're just going to feel amazing when you're done. And so that's something you'll want to do. Find ways to fit it into your lifestyle so that it's not such a drastic change or creates such an inconvenience that you know it's something that you're going to have trouble sticking with. All right, so get out ahead of it, make a plan, make it easy, and you will create lasting change. Also, if you want some help in creating that lasting change, for the next 48 hours, I'm doing a flash sale on my Becoming Unfuckwithable 12-week group coaching course. This is in-depth, amazing, and you can absolutely change your life and change your results with this 12-week plan. So I hope this helps. I will talk to you soon. Love and light.